had updated or changed since the last time I used OBS. So okay, looks like we're streaming and live here. Good. Let's see. I haven't opened up Streamlabs in a while. Make sure those widgets are still up to date. We have a new dashboard. Yeah, okay. It does look a little different. Is that and chat box. Actually, they might be different URLs, so I might have to update these too. Sorry, I should have done this beforehand. Okay, so chat should be updated. Oh, there we go. And viewer count. Okay. Viewer count's mostly just for my own reference, but all right. All right. I was only 7 chapters in, but I don't remember much of anything that was going on. Let's just see if reading the opening of the chapter jogs any memories, and if not, maybe I'll just start over. A vague recollection, I think, was that the redhead's name is Cassius, their lord, and that's his sister, who is afflicted by some kind of mystic ailment that he is searching for a certain tome to try to cure. Right, and we pretty straightforward. Got some people here. Fordra, yeah. Hans. Not sure which pronunciation I decide to go with. I instincts say Hans. No particular reason, maybe just because it sounds a little more like a name. But yeah, he is mute, if I recall. With the band around his neck and Kinas are, I think, markers of being slaves. What do we got here? Got red civilians. They gonna come flail their arms at me with their basically 0 stats? This guy's got some res. Come at me, small child. Hopefully once I actually start the chapter, it'll tell me a little bit more about what the civilians are for. But oh yeah, Albert's actually kind of threatening here. I mean, Sure Shot, Bow Fair, Certain Blow, and Gale Force. Oh, and he's got 80. Why does he have 80 evade? Why does he have 80 evade? What the heck? His evade looks like it's calculated correctly. This is definitely hit. This is damage. This is not affecting a void. We'll see if there's a plot explanation. Halberd. Tomahawk. Horse Slayer. Aside from a few effective weapons, nothing super tricky. Is this all my units too? I know I lost some units, yeah. I've not been great at keeping my people alive. But I may have to early promote someone to deal with that sniper if it comes to that. Maybe. I might be able to surround him or something, but I'm probably gonna have to bait him with someone. And Gilbert, so 11 speed, 11 defense. So don't have to worry about getting doubled, but I am still taking 16 damage, which could be up to 24 damage. Yes, he does move, though. I'm not sure if this hack had the feature where unmoving targets actually don't have a listed movement range. Some hacks do that. But it looks like everyone here moves. Again, I wonder if there's oh no, that should apply to everyone. If there was like leadership stars or something at work. But because I'm noticing, he's on a forest. Okay, like Murim had like 50 avoid, but he's got an excuse. He's got defensive terrain under him right now. Halbert though. Apparently need to do some inventory stuff too, because of course. Not doing real great on the weapon front either. He's got 12 con. He can handle a steel blade, right? Even that's a little too heavy for him. Good thing I've got 2 healers because I've got like no vulneraries. Then again, I have very few actual charges of heals. I do have yeah, got this. May have to try to put the sniper to sleep. We'll get to that when it comes. Alright, this looks about as good as it's gonna get. Another reason to potentially start over if I've not been doing great. You know, that one point past literally every enemy on the map that we're going to have to fight through anyway. Okay, so hinting at some potential reward for leaving civilians alive, which, as long as they don't come after me, it's not too big of a problem. I mean, that would be pretty neat if there was, like, depending on how many civilians you killed or left alive, what chapter you went to next was entirely different, or if there were consequences for that later on. But that would be some. I think that is possible for some of the creators in the hacking community, but based on the level of skill, hacking skill on display for this particular hack, that might be a little out of the scope of what was possible. But at least at the time, it feels kind of new still. But this hack's been out for, I want to say, at least since April or May. So we've had an FEE3 since then. Might have had new stuff. I actually haven't checked. I need to do that. I usually really like FEE3. Double, please double. It's got 3 speed. Alright. And then, of course, not enough damage to kill. Though it does weaken him. Is that a sword? That was a sword. You got a friggin' tomahawk, though. You got an Hellfire here to worry about. Alright, well, this is still a pretty good place to start. Because I can then come in with someone like Taylor and try to finish him off. Give her some experience. Just at 9, 10, 12, 13. My levels are a little all over the place. He has very balanced stats. What is this? Chivalry? Makes him good on the front lines where most enemies that charge into him are at full health. Yeah, Kina can reach around to the side here. Actually, Marin probably would have preferred getting the final hit for the experience rather than Kina. Kina doesn't seem to need it. She actually hits pretty hard. Solid. Typical Myrmidon level up, but not a bad thing. Oh, we got a support. I might want to take that. Getting use all the boosts I can get. He's just swinging around wildly at nothing. Oh, he's supposed to be faster. He's supposed to be training. There's an arena here, but I can't actually go into it. And given the setup of the chapter, well, at least, I'd say plot-wise, it doesn't really lend itself to an arena. But when is the plot ever? Oh, he is 1 point slower at the moment. Kind of weird because it looks like everyone has awful growths. There we are. Even though they're actually pretty normal growths. I mean, these are actually pretty respectable growths for a Jagan-like unit. I want to say it's actually very similar to Seth's growths, believe it or not. Oh, you got support here too. Fordra. So do I want to start build this support? But then I'm thinking, do I really have much room to be picky about this? And maybe not. Well, that was almost as generic as a FE10 support. He attacked Gilbert. I wonder if it factored in Murum's chivalry skill. Oh, the civilians move. I mean, that's reasonable, but I wasn't really expecting it. What does he have? He's got pragmatic. Let's see what the foe is not at. So he's the opposite of Murum. The Horse Slayer. I may not want to because I don't necessarily need it yet. Lovely. At least he's got elbow room now. Where his It's like his growths were actually seem lower than Gilbert's. He's definitely got lower speed. It's about the same strength, about the same skill. Are they right next to each other? Yeah, they are. Equal strength, lower skill, lower speed, better luck, slightly better defense, and lower resistance, lower HP. So they're actually very comparable, and if anything, Gilbert's growths are a little more practical, which I guess fits with his skill. Alright. I want to do that, but no one else can follow through on that. He's got 6 resistance, 12. kind of running into the problem again where no one has any res. Even my Peg Knight's got poor res growth and just a solid res base, but not much else. I may just want to delete this Tomahawk user. Oof. And I can't reach, but at least I have a physics staff. Alright, this is Sacred Stones based, so Troubadours only have, well no, that's said 7 move, I just calculated wrong. Yeah, too much heroes, that's what I'll blame. So fortunately, positioning of this civilian actually limits this mage's range on this side. No, it's just kind of looks. It probably looks like Chapter 8, just because it's a lot of houses. Oof. Alright, there's the anti-turtling incentive. Gotta move, gotta start moving, keep moving. This may be worth doing just to reduce some of the pressure on the way around. Do have to deal with a short spear though. So it might be better if we leave it to Hans. Oh, was that 11 at B? Yeah, it's a similar tile set, but this is also FE8 based, and FE8 does have villages, especially like seaside ones like this. I can think of at least 1, maybe 2, that use this kind of tile set. I gotta go back and check the boss and see if he still has this obscene amount of avoid. Oh yeah, okay, so did he disappear? Yeah, he still has 80 avoid, I'm still not sure how I'm gonna hit that. There's a lot of enemies coming up through here. And there's a horse slayer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Neither of them have ranged weapons. Yeah, based on the objective there in the corner, sees the northeast road. It's not labeled anywhere, but Should be this spot. This is just hit rate, so... Well, yeah. Cassius can take a hit. Especially since I do have healers in supply. You've got a ranged weapon too. Alright, so this space is dangerous. Actually, do I have... Do I have danger zone? I don't have... I thought I had the danger... Well, maybe not. I think I can go here though with my troubadour and be safe. And she can actually even provide some buffs. Demoiselle. That is an elder. Ooh, nice crit. Unnecessary in this particular case, but I guess it saves me a saves me a use on that steel lance. Also, that knight protected me from the soldier. Oh, only that's the offspring. Every time I see an enemy hit rate over like 70. Pirates. Hopefully they don't go to this house, because there's no way I was getting there safely in time. Especially since I can't fly over this wall. Well, I was at one point debating the viability of airdropping units across the wall to skip some of the map, but that's apparently not an option either. These guys are catching up fast. They're gonna walk through the civilians too, now that I think about it. It's actually kind of a little clever. More unnecessary crits. So Gilbert and Cassius are injured. Actually, I'm gonna use Kina here just because this is the only enemy that she can reach. have a... So as long as I heal Cassius, though, I might be able to get away with this. How in danger is he actually? 9, 7, 10. That's a lot of danger. That is an appreciable amount of danger. Trying to limit the number of attacks that Cassius has to receive. He's gonna get one from this knight. Silver axes. In Chapter 7 is this new mystery of the emblem. Okay. 9, 8, 9 and 7 should be 16, 26, so I can survive this. But now I can block off Cassius with Taily. And it's just the Cavaliers only have access to Taily and Gilbert. Yeah, this doesn't... Oh, alright. Huh, interesting. I mean, that's a little better for me than just walking through them. Ow. Meanwhile, Taily tickles him back. Didn't need skill, though darting blow is welcome. If still a little overkill on a peg knight. Why are the soldiers who are coming from the front not warning the civilians to get inside? Could do this. Oop. She just gets to stay there. She'll counterattack the fighter next turn, but unless she crits, she shouldn't kill. Which there's a distinct possibility. About 7%. At least Horse Slayer's there for me. I have not, Finn. This is the wrong continent, I fear. Your princess is in another continent. Just a little too far. I can compromise there. She has so much skill that I can't use. I should just use my Master Seal on her and actually have a competent magic fighter aside from Cassius. Though she would actually probably destroy Cassius too. Oh, sorry to hear that. There is an arena up here if you want to try to make some of your gold back. Oh yeah, I've got Smite. Might be able to do something with that. That was a lot of crit. Good. Stall tactic worked. Working. I have nothing to add to that. This is a pleasant mix of you will have weapon triangle disadvantage against someone here. Lovely. A second. Hey, me. I can imagine there are other reasons why you might hate berserkers. Yeah, we've got civilians on the field here. The good blokes behind me are telling them to get indoors, but the fellows in front don't seem to care quite as much. Hang on a sec. Excuse me. I just noticed how much damage she would be doing to Kina there too. I'm glad that missed. Fortunately, the movement difference between those classes are gonna distill out the axe users for Kina to pick off while the Lance Knights lag behind, and I should be able to outrun them. Ma'am, civilian, ma'am, I kind of need to go up there. You're gonna have to move. Right? Alright, so, well, most of the axe users are gone. I just have to deal with these 2 sword units. I mean, I may end up, yeah, I have to end her if she doesn't get out of the way. It's no longer a choice. That's a lot of hit. It's a hatchet. It's still an impressive amount of hit. Actually, I should go around this way. Who else injured? You're not injured too badly. You're not in. Alright, so I can afford to burn a barrier. 5. Alright, take care. Good luck. Naga bless. Make some speed. That's good. Man, even his strength isn't exceptional. He's close range and close range. Alright, so just the mage is gonna be shooting over. She's got 7 defense. It's not awful, but it's not great. Oh right, Vantage. Right, I gotta keep track of skills. I was actually playing vanilla FE7. I think that was actually earlier today, just because my phone was dying, so I was letting it charge. Well, she's not in range of anyone, so I can... Actually, I need to block here. I do have enough skill. Use the lance so that I don't give up weapon triangle. Actually, he's not in range of either of them, is he? Never mind. Not an issue. Oof. Ow. I think I'm in range of a second one. Yeah. Well. Okay. Couldn't have done that critical on the first. She might have Wrath. Might be a bit of a nerfed version of it. It might be like the 20% version instead of the 50% version. These are some good 55% dodges. Much appreciated. Because the three of them may have been able to end Hans if they had all hit. We still have the mage coming in afterwards. Yeah, with was it 19, 19, and 10? Those soldiers hit really hard. I was mostly only looking at their hit rate though. Oh good, she moved off. This is gonna bemoan the Wyvern Riders for a second until I remember that they also can't fly over the wall that I can't fly over, so they have to thread through too. Yeah. Vantage Wrath, yeah, 20%. So this should be, yeah, pretty disgusting. Alright, but we're all clear here. I can kind of make a break for it at least until I get over there. I may actually want to pick up people so that I can just leave them behind. They have steel. The high movement guys at least all have steel. I have a feeling that the developer did not intend for us to actually tangle with most of these units, and I am planning on trying to keep that to a minimum myself. Let's see, I have... Well, I've got 4 cavalry and 4 infantry here to worry about, so I guess we just pair off. You're injured. Yes, he is such a people person. Oh, oops, I rescued one of my cavalry with another cavalry. That was counterproductive. Hang on. Oh, that was the wrong one. I actually kind of wish I had made time to go shop because I could really use... I don't have any money. Never mind. I do have a red gem, but I missed my opportunity. Another thing I would do better on a second playthrough. This is just a steel blade. So I can bait that easy enough. Devil X? Oh, Killer X. Better. I kept it, right? Yeah. I could, but it doesn't actually help me in this particular case. I would check what this matchup is like, but it actually will be different because of Duelist Blow. I might actually challenge, let this particular fighter actually come to me and I can take him out. Got any buffs? No. And at this point I'm close enough to enemies that traveling with cavalry isn't gonna help me too much. Can I gambit and can a paladin move around and not get count cornered down here? I might be able to get to the shop, but I don't think I'd be able to get to the armory. At which point it's probably not worth trying. I noticed that none of the reinforcements are talking to the civilians anymore. The Wyvern Riders. They're gonna catch up fast. I am probably gonna have to actually deal with them. And True, because the kid doesn't move. Though I also killed the fighters, so I don't know. Cassius doesn't need the experience. It's kind of scary, but he is also fairly isolated. So even if I take that hit, I can still survive. Look into baiting the next. It's like I'm gonna have to deal with this guy in order to get past him. There's no getting around him. And his range does overlap with these fighters too. Almost. Except for this very spot. This one spot. And thankfully, the civilians always seem to move last. So, should get one or both of these fighters in through here. Civilian moves last, and then hopefully the boss doesn't then move after the civilians, because that would then screw everything up, but We'll find out. There goes the fighters. Ow. There's the other fighter. The wyverns are around. Yeah, there we are. Good call. It does help the knight helps the knights catch up. Yeah. All right, as I predicted, could run in and how does it does say 80, right? I've got 107 hit, but I have 77 hit. So I'm assuming this is just a visual display glitch that says he's got 80 avoid. Which is weird because that should be calculated automatically. Like the system should do that, and so that there isn't no one shouldn't have been a human error. But he's got 9 con, so the steel bow doesn't slow him down at all. Assuming it's yeah. So he should have 20 to 30 avoid, which does match with what my calculation there. That's manageable. I can deal with that. Don't like having to overlap with the soldier, but 10 damage, and then this was what, 16? No. Yeah, 16 damage and 10 to 26 damage. That's even just assuming that I don't give him Demoiselle damage reduction. In the meantime, we'll prepare for the Wyvern Rider. You've got a short spear. Fortunately, you don't quite... Yeah, this has been a really tense chapter, actually, and it's kind of fun in that regard. I am threading a needle here. Use this new killer axe. And we've got a support, right, with Kina. So it may be good to keep Kina close. Hey, an energy ring. These just have steel. Oh, that's an interesting glitch. Visual glitch. There we go. What exactly do I want this knight to do? Oh, okay, that's close still. Alright. Just hoping that the sniper boss doesn't activate sure shot. Maybe your husband died because he was too strong and he kept killing the enemies that came and hit him wave after wave. A whole bunch of nope down there. Oh, right. Actually, I've just realized that if the soldier comes over, that means that the sniper's not going to, because the sniper can't reach anymore. Which means I get to move on the sniper this turn, because I don't have much of a choice. Too many Wyvern Riders breathing down my neck. He needs more strength, but he also needs just better level ups in general. Oof. I don't want to slow myself down too much. But I also want to make sure I hit him. Actually, I'm not sure I can slow myself down enough to make any difference in this battle. He's gonna have 100% hit on me regardless when he initiates. I need 4 speed. I don't think anything that I have in my inventory is more than 2. It's gonna slow me down more than 2, so do I take a risk with the biggest weapon I've got? Might as well. Even with that though, it's if I get a strength level up. I didn't get a strength level up. If he got a strength level up, he'd be able to kill on the next turn with the same weapon. Fortunately, it didn't quite work out. But this restricts his movement here and gives me a little bit more space. Though Hans is still going to have to champ the next turn and take at least a knight and at least 2 knights and a Wyvern Rider. Defense. I might be able to. Kina might be able to tank a hit. Yeah, she's got the speed for it. As long as no one else bothers her. 5, 6, 7. I can slip up here with Tae Lee. Is it Zoldem? No, that's a FE7 boss. But that was a FE8 boss. Alright, so this should be safe. As long as, assuming I take care of this Wyvern Rider, which I plan to. And we've got a little bit more space to work with there. Might as well give him the defensive terrain, because I can. though Hans's axe may not make it through this turn. Defense is good. Now the next question is, can Cassius take a hit? He's got 29 damage soak, and he does 27. However, a skill proc would be the death of him, so I probably should probably not test that. I am going to make a save state there, just for stream purposes, because last thing I want to do is have to repeat the chapter on stream. I don't mind having to do that on my own time, but don't need to subject anyone else to that. Leave there is safe. 4. The boss can't come down there either. Good. Okay. Oh, did he get lunged? Great. Lost my defensive terrain. Yeah. Expected this. It does bring him closer to the rest of my troops for me to finish him off next turn. Get Cassius on the move to the safety zone. Maybe I should kill the boss first. Make sure the boss is dead. You don't have any healing items on him, does he? Really rather give this experience to someone else, but I don't exactly have that luxury. That's a nice level up. Supports. Daddy issues. So that was B rank. It's tempting to leave Hans here and hope that like one of the wyverns actually lunges him back onto the defensive terrain, but I'd rather not take too many short spears. There are a bunch of knights there. I might see if I can take some out, I guess. So Keena's still in. This wyvern's range. And if she gets lunged, she'll still only be in range of that one. No, that's not good enough. Alright. So, I was thinking of trying to use Marin, visit the house, and then go down to defend Fordra. But if this Wyvern Rider came over, lunged Marin, and then it would put Marin in range of this Wyvern Rider, who would hit hard enough to kill Marin. So, what I'm going to do is actually put Gilbert here, who's a little bit sturdier, and then still use Marin to visit the house. That is not the response I expected from someone who looks like that. That was a woman? Or was it a saint? Could rescue Kina. Though. And random people's bathrobes give me life, apparently, because it's HP increasing. Is that a spur? Spur speed? That is the most unnecessary spur to have in this moment. I guess I'll keep her close though. Basically just hoping Hans doesn't take too many hits. Yeah, so if I can draw at least one of them away, it increases his survival chance. They may lunge him into range of the knights again, and that would be a problem. Like that. And he's still taking hits. Come on. Two of them. Oof. Come on, my luck's run out. Gotta dodge one. You didn't dodge one. Well, there goes my axe user. Lunge nonsense. All of them at 55 or lower. Rest in peace. I lost a bunch of good axes on Hans as well. Killer axe and a battle axe at the very minimum. I don't think anyone else would have been able to use Hans's axe, even if that was technically the best weapon on his inventory. Well, aside from that, I did get everything. Rest in peace. Well, that's a guy. I think the background is intentionally stylized, and that it's not trying to be something realistic. I wonder how this would have been different if I had hurt one of them. I'll throw it on a different file, even though I've already lost several units in this file. This looks like a Shadows of Valentia map. I'm kind of breezing through this kind of quickly. That is some extremely blue hair. Oh, she's antagonistic. Almost as offensive as the clash between her hair and her armor. Farewell, as she then runs away. And I'm supposed to defeat her? +8 res. She's actually slightly less threatening than the last boss. Excuse me. Anyway, I've got a knight now. Rally defense, that'll be welcome. And a dragon shield. I might just promote him and make him Hans 2.0. Oh, Weaver Lord down here with the Master Seal. Wonder if he moves. Seems like the kind of prize that's asking me to come to him. Hey. I can recruit with Taylor. Another Peg Knight. That'd be welcome. Another Master Seal. 3 of them, huh? It's several sprites in there. We saw Namie last chapter anyway. Huh. Alright. This is basically them they come to me map. I can probably promote Kina safely now. I'm gonna need the stat boosts more than I'm gonna want the little bit of extra that she gets from levels. Swordmaster, I think, is gonna be... I have to remember skills too. I'm not sure what, other than Silencer, what skills would Assassin get? Swordmaster is going to be probably Astra and then Swordfair. Assassin was Silencer and Pass? I don't remember. Maybe. So, Swordmaster it is. Especially since, I was about to say these assassins don't gain bows on promotion, and then I'm like, wait a second, have there ever been assassins that gain bows on promotion in Fire Emblem? Or am I thinking of an entirely different series? Did Awakening Assassins were able to use bows? Maybe I'm thinking of the Fates class that Shura is, the Trickster. Not Trickster. That's also an Awakening class. I might continue to put some stock in Gilbert, because at this point my roster is not growing fast enough to outsource him. Who needs more strength? Practically everyone on my team could use more strength. Okay, I wasn't imagining things. Fodra could use a promotion. Fordra. Bishop or Valkyrie? Good question. Stabs and light magic, stabs and light magic. one just gets a horse. Hmm. On one hand, the horse is almost always better. On the other, we might be approaching a desert map soon, just as a hunch. The bishop also tends to have slightly better offensive stats, but also at the same time, she kind of has plenty good offensive stats, so I think getting the boost from Valkyrie is probably more welcome. Great, no speed gain. It's 27. Cassius kind of needs that angelic robe because he's my lord and he's still sitting at 23 HP. Can Cassius actually use a... He can. That's tempting. It would give me... Well... I'm actually... For a change, I'm actually not wanting for healers. I have plenty. Three spirits. You have stat boosts to hand out as well. You got 40. You got 25. $35. Cassius might want the energy ring too. So I got speed wings and 2 dragon shields. Kind of rely on Marin to tank stuff, so I give him a dragon shields. I was debating Taily as another dragon shield option, but maybe not. It's like no one has good res growth on this team, so giving Taily or Fordra the what is it? The talisman to try to cement them as magic tanks might be the best option here. Great, I only have a Shine Tome. Well, it only weighs 5. She's got 7 con, so it's actually... That's good. Shine is now only a small upgrade over... Actually, I think it's always only been a small upgrade over Lightning, but... I'm blanking on what Niall's base class was, but the promoted option other than Bow Knight was Adventurer, I think it was called. Bows and staves. Silence, I think, is going to be kind of useless here, because I don't think there were any magic users amongst my enemies. Felix here is not helping my inventory problem. I do at least have a red gem to sell. Alright, there's a shop here. It's badly overpriced, but if I really need something, possibly like an iron sword. Then again, most of the enemies are, I think all the enemies are either swords or lances on this chapter, so I should actually be good with lances. It's just now an issue of, oh yeah, that backflip is real cool. I did a Fates run where I made my main character adventurer. Female adventurers have this giant bow on their backs in place of like a cape. Doesn't make any sense, but it looks cool. Sleep, on the other hand, oops, could be quite useful. Sedri's almost at physic level. In which case she actually can take advantage of Staff Savant. What was this? Oh, 35 defense growth. Maybe I'll just wait on that then. Taylor having 65% growth in speed and still having very average speed amongst my crew. Well, my speed stats are kind of all over the place, but not nearly as high as I feel like it should be. Oh, Cassius is on the surprisingly on the slow side too. He's suffering from Eliwood syndrome at the moment. That 40-40-40 magic skill speed spread. It's not doing him favors at the moment. I wonder if I should just make Felix a Great Knight. It would give me an axe user. I only have a hand axe to give, but actually it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. If I clear this chapter and get all the master seals, then I'll only have 1 unit unpromoted. Well, 2, since what's her face? Henley is gonna join. So that's not entirely true, but I don't have to be that that is an ugly horse. I don't have to be that conservative with them. But general though, I kind of need the mobility. Wow, that palette, that's his default palette. He actually looks better as a Great Knight. Though I think the general probably looked even better. Or yeah, I'll give him an axe too. Just so that I have someone with an axe. But good to have someone with good defense now too. Yeah, I should give him the dragon shields. Yeah. Oops. Got Tina, but no Lance Reaver. So she's gonna have to deal with all these lances on like defensive terrain or something. Phoedra can defend herself now, but well, she hits hard. She's got 20 magic. Look at that, 65% growth, 65% speed, and there's a significant difference in their turnout. It's the RNG for you. Wait, do these have a miracle? Why? Why? Does everyone have miracle on this map? Not everyone, but too many. Too many people have miracle. I don't even have a bow unit anymore. Alright, if we're continuing with this next week, I am half a mind to start over on my own time and catch up to where I currently am, while keeping people alive, so that I'm not down. At least I'm more than 3 people, but I could at least field an entire team. But I'll power through it for now. Or I guess if you want to see me keep going at this blind and Iron Man, then I'll do my best. Oh, triangle attack. Oh. So what they're basically saying is that any of the enemies can triangle attack me. That's lovely. That's just what I needed on this chapter. Haha, 'twas my plan all along. Though it is kind of neat seeing Wyvern Riders and Peg Knights working in conjunction. Usually The games, since the first one, the games tend to separate them. So like in the Elite games, Peg Knights were primarily Elite, or not Elite, but Ilian mercenaries, whereas Burn had the Wyvern Riders. And in Arcanea, first game's worlds, you did have Peg Knights and Wyvern Riders flying next to each other. So Minerva I believe, canonically used to be a Peg Knight, and well, yeah, the promotion to Wyvern Rider as well, or Wyvern Lord. Not fast enough. But a one-hit kill range, though. Oh, right. Right, everyone's got Miracle. I forgot already. God damn it. I'm not fast enough to double anyone. Tina is. This is a pretty interesting map theme. Swordmaster cap on what? Strength. Probably going to be 21 for a female Swordmaster. Okay, I want to kill this Peg Knight, but I only have one unit that can reach. And they might have had enough strength to do it, but everyone's got Miracle. Pivot. Kina is in danger of being triangle attacked already. Just realized. Can they kill Cassius in one turn? And two of them. He's got 6, 11, 11. Do they have... They're not high enough for Darting Blow yet, so they only have enough. Alright, so actually I can disrupt that here. Man, and Miracle's even more obnoxious than just not being able to one-shot someone. You can't kill any enemy with Miracle as long as they're above 50% HP with one hit. It's actually a really clever skill for Peg Knights, who are otherwise pretty fragile. but are fast enough to generally avoid being double attacked by most enemies. Yeah, that's a good level up. God, everyone's closing in on me at once. Alright. Looks like we're... God, this is such a mess of a chapter. Good news is Felix can take as many triangle attacks as they want to try and throw at him, and he can tank most of them. Right? Emily comes with a killer lance, and like way better stats than Taylor for being like almost the same level. See, they got these powerful promoted units backing them up too. Got a sword. My ability to one-shot any can't one-shot it most of these units, most of these enemies. So like, do I try to? I'm kind of gonna end up having to turtle somewhat, but how to best go about it. I may try to put Kina on a mountain and just leave her here, considering she's not going to outrun a lot of enemies. But then again, that also leaves her vulnerable to triangle attacks. Grr. There is no good solution here. He's got a javelin. Triangle attack is a guaranteed critical. Wait, he wasn't... I thought he was down to half. And Peg Knights don't count as cavalry in this game. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Danger zone would have been real helpful. Oof, I just barely didn't make it down there, huh? That Falcon Knight's probably gonna double and kill Fordra. Maybe her, maybe her miracle can save her. But I should have let the Peg Knights attack Fordra instead of the Falcon Knight. Henley's not in a great place either. I was gonna say, ironically, Keena's probably the best, most effective character for killing these Peg Knights, because she's gonna double. Oh, not actually. Oh. Hang on, I see 2 active Peg Knights there. That means it doesn't even have to be covered by 3 sides. It just takes 2. Yeah, that is some bullshit. Now I've got all this to deal with. There's a Weaver Knight. He's got I got lunge, but no pierce. This is kind of awful. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Basically everyone on the map except for the boss is now in range to attack me. With 3 promoted units here too. All of whom have overlapping range. 3 injured. Pretty much. I'm not even sure Kina is gonna be able to because her dodge tanking won't work against triangle attack. Even if I set up someone on defensive terrain, the wyverns can lunge me off of it. Great. Honestly, reattempt this map, I might actually just bench half my team except for like Felix and maybe Gilbert or Marin. Take Taylor, recruit Henley, and then just run. Gonna have to do something with Cassius too. Well. Yeah. If that Falcon Knight had come and attacked Fordra, she probably would be dead already herself. But try to put enemies to sleep. Unfortunately, that's only one enemy. Either way, I might not be able to win this one from this position, but I've got a little bit more insight in how to attempt it for a retry. But I can still see how far I get here. What was that about? That protects. Protects Taylor. Keep my one flyer alive. You know what? Kina might actually be able to make do with the Wrath Vantage combo. Though I should start her with the Shamshir next time. See, even that, actually even that doesn't save her from taking a hit because of Miracle. Did? Oh, actually the pre-promotes don't have Miracle, so she actually saved herself there. Though there's still the Wyvern Knight, the Wyvern Rider there, yeah. Phew. Wonder if I can put the boss to sleep. Try to reduce numbers on the enemies that are closest to me. Though I've still got the boss incoming, probably this turn. May end up doing some rescue stuff. Not that that's gonna get me too far from that. Lack of vulneraries is also hurting quite a lot here. You got vulneraries, you got vulneraries. Just trying to make it as hard as possible for me to get flanked, I guess. These pre-robots have boss music. Taili's probably dead. Oh wow, getting double attacked with both Iron Lances. afraid that that Peg Knight was going to double attack my Lord as well. Oof. Oh, bye Gilbert. Alright, lunge is still a thing too. That was the boss. No dialogue or anything, huh? I only have to defeat the boss, huh? So I might actually try to get some attack in there. How did this guy... Oh, this one's high enough to have Darting Blow. Darting Blow plus 6? Plus 5. It's like this... Peg Knight's one speed slower, but on initiation, the plus 5 is enough to make him plus 4 faster. I'm basically, at this point, going all in on trying to kill the boss so that I can end the chapter sooner. Great. I don't think I can do that. Don't have the means to. Alright, can I put the boss to sleep and then finish off everyone else? You could just have 2 to worry about. Well, that might be possible. You now have a B, which means you can actually do the sleeping. I really need a crit here. And I didn't get one. Might still be able to swing this. So Cassius has to be the one to take out this Peg Knight because no one else is going to be able to reach it. I mean, I already lost Gilbert, which was Gilbert and Henley, so I'm already at 2 casualties this chapter. I'm not going to be able to get any closer than this. Just confirm. Sleep is a B. Yes, that's correct. Great. 14 res gives me only 2 accuracy on the boss. Great, because all of my characters have awful res too. Well, there is that plan. Someone else is gonna die this turn. It's not a skill. I don't think skill plays into the calculation. I thought it was always your res versus their res, which admittedly never really made a whole lot of sense to me. Did that even hit? No, that didn't hit. Cassius is injured too. That gives me the highest crit rate here. This is basically all I've got left, and it didn't crit. So this is probably game over. Because Cassius has only 12 health. Oh, they didn't target him. Alright, well, I get to keep playing. A little part of me is like, now that I think about it, she came over and killed her own knight. Might as well try to grab the Master Seals. But yeah, this map was not designed for someone who ended up in my position with a lot of lost units. At 9, right? Kina can easily finish her off. I have, what, 6 units left? Man, what a train wreck. Yeah, for this particular chapter, I would definitely try things a little differently. I thought she was below half health already. Well, whatever. Chapter's over. Oh, I don't have anyone else who can use that anymore. No, but her troops killed a bunch of mine. Also, we killed most of theirs too. So that argument doesn't really fly in either direction here. So that was a thing. I'm gonna take a look at this chapter, but I'm not gonna play it. This is it for now. See what other Eldritch horrors await me. Huh. Why hasn't anybody thought of flying healers? Oh, speaking of Eldritch horrors, Oh, we get to rescue them now. It's like, wasn't that staff healing music? And then it kind of faded, and now it's coming in and out. There you go. Tower. Yeah, we get to rescue them now. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, here, we do have actually an example of enemy that doesn't move, so I wasn't sure if this hack did it or not, but it does. Good to know. God, that was an attack range, 1 to 3. Lovely. At least at max range, he doesn't get Malefic Aura, but it also means he gets Opportunist, because I don't have anything that can counter that. Tomahawks. Yay. 18 skill, 17 speed, chapter 10. And again, I've got promoted units too, so... Fetid Claw. All of them have fetid? Yep. Just because regular claws weren't threatening enough with inflated stats. Incidentally, this doesn't look as bad of a chapter as the last one. And it actually looks like it shouldn't be too hard to rescue them either. They all have charm. All of her lieutenants have charm. Yeah, it depends on how many reinforcements spawn where and when. Crimson Eyes. Though I suppose that attack value isn't. It's pretty awful in that I don't have very bad resistance overall, but might as well promote my other units if I were to attempt this now. Man, I'm only down to 6. At least I got both of my healers. Let me see, what would I do? Probably go Mage Knight. Just on principle, just to not to have 2 Valkyries. Marin probably follow in Gilbert's footsteps and be a paladin. Though he does look pretty sharp as a Great Knight. And Cassius. I'd probably go Sage. But that is for another time. Bishop does have Slayer. And I don't think I don't remember if we had run into any monsters up to this point. It's been a while since I played. I think all of the enemies we had faced have been human, so I wasn't sure if there would be monsters. But yeah. I might go through and I don't know. Go back and replay from the start and try to keep people alive and then get back to this point. I'll keep this file for the giggles. If you want to see me try to power through it, I can. It is entertaining in its own twisted way. But anyway, as I said, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.